What's up, Mads? How are you doing today, my friend? I am fantastic. I've been busy this morning making, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 12 plaques that I cut and routed and prepping for pyrography and or laser burning. And sorry if it's loud. I don't know if it's coming through on the microphone. I got the laser engraver going. My mother doesn't know that I did this, and it's going to be a surprise. So, and she likes to lurk on my live stream, so I'm not sure I want to show it. But basically, it's taking something she did back 35 years ago or so and recreating it. I'm putting it on a nice piece of cherry. I would pyrography burn it, but it's a little that'd be a little hard to do. I could probably do it, but I figured on something as nice as this piece of cherry, I'll just let the laser engraver do it. What's going on, Matthew? How are you doing today? I just figured today I was gonna just do a live with a little relaxing pyrography since I belted out 2 videos yesterday. Gosh, that was people. A lot of people don't understand how much work goes into making a video, especially the good ones. And mine isn't even all that great, and all the editing time and everything. Not to mention the build itself. But yeah, I hadn't done a video in 5 weeks, and finally decided I need to do one. Dadgummit, it's been forever. So I did two. I wasn't even going to do the second one, but people were texting me and messaging me and leaving comments like, "We need a video on this." Ramon texted me, "Hey man, did you make a video on this?" No. Why not? It's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll cry uncle. I'll do it. What's up, Steve? Yeah, pyrography burning does take a long time, but it's to me it's therapeutic, and I'm having to be real careful with this specific piece of wood just because of the grain. But yeah, it takes a while. but it's worth it. People tend to appreciate it a little bit more when they see and know that it's done by hand. At least that's been my experience. But I mean, I've got the laser engraver running in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. So I'm really glad I got one. It's been real helpful and doing things that I otherwise couldn't do or would take friggin' forever to do. But yeah, I always planned to get one. It's just haven't bite the bullet to do it. And one thing that Trevor came up with a fantastic idea for it is using it to create the outlines for the pyrography while I'm burning a different piece instead of me having to trace it with carbon paper or something like that. So this one I actually traced because I've got the laser doing something else. But I was like, man, that's a great idea. So if anything, it's going to accelerate my pyrography stuff. So that's good. I'll take it. Yeah, right? 'Cause I only have two hands. I can only do so much, and if I can have a machine do basically the same thing I'm going to do anyway, may as well. That way I can put my time and focus into the actual pyrography and not all the tracing, which I don't mind the tracing, but it does sometimes get to where you're getting close to the end. It's like, gosh, are we there yet? You know? I'll sand that resin off. What's up, Mike? Oh, did you get your burner yet, Mike? And if so, have you played with it yet? I know that Lenny and Robert got theirs, but I don't know if they've had a chance to get it out and toy with it yet. You haven't used it yet. I'm gonna start bugging you about it like you bug John about that CNC. But John needs to be bugged a little bit more because he's had his CNC a lot longer. Tell you what, that John man, he's been a live stream machine here lately. That dude's been a go-getter past week. I went to bed last night and he was live. Got up this morning, he was live. And Old Path, as soon as he went off, I was about to go live, and then John went live again. I was like, well, dadgum, he's like the Truman Show. This dude's getting it. Gotta get those subs, man. Gotta get those subs. But I'm catching up to him, though. I got 254. I think he's at 260 something. Because he was blowing me out of the water late. He was freaking going nuts, getting subs like crazy. His views were getting, I mean, his videos were probably getting 200-300 more views than mine were. And I was like, what the heck? What's up, Wayne? If y'all hadn't had a chance, go check out Wayne's video. It's pretty funny. That guy's got a good sense of humor. He just put it up a little while ago. Not to mention the project he made was pretty cool. That floating cross deal was awesome. I tell you what, Wayne, I'm jealous of your shop, man. That thing, good Lord, your shop is massive. Oh, I messed that up. The grain pushed the burner. I might be able to fix it. Didn't want to show the messy side. Hey, if there's not a mess somewhere in your shop, you ain't doing it right. I mean, I'm real picky about keeping my shop clean, at least as much as I can. But as far as organization and stuff goes, it is not organized very well at all. My poor Bronco is turned into a friggin' catch-all. What I need to do is put up some shelving and maybe some French cleats or something on the other side so I can store stuff over there instead of using the Bronco as a catch-all. That way, when I finally get it running, I can actually move it out. After I do this wood burning, I think I might make a few more mallets just because I have that market coming up. And this market is all woodworkers and woodworker, woodcraft customers and stuff. Because it's sponsored by a wood workshop that sells all the wood and or the exotic wood I get. They sell Festool, Rockler, all that stuff. And so I figured, well, gonna be a bunch of woodworkers up there. Maybe I can make and sell some stuff that woodworkers use. We'll see. So I figure I'd make some more mallets. I'm not giving them. I'm not selling my first zebra wood one, and the one I made last night. I'm probably not going to sell it either. I'll use it as my smaller mallet, but that's the one I made last night for the ones that haven't seen. That's cherry maple with a walnut handle. Probably going to keep that one just because it has my logo all over the head of the mallet. But what's up, Benner? Mr. Moyock, how are you, sir? I didn't even see you pop in here, man. I'm missing out on the chat. Sax. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm going to butcher this. Saxostar. I'll probably butcher the crap out of it, but I apologize. Saxostar. Well, what's up with you, my friend? I'm just I'm just burning some wood. Just burning some wood. This grain is annoying, but I'll get it. I'll get it. Well, my daughter's about to leave. She started a new job today. She's about to go to it. Whoa! There goes my truck. Man, it's shaking the whole garage. She needs to go make that money so I can get my truck back. She's been driving my truck full time. She needs to go save up and get herself a car. That way I can have my truck back. We don't have to schedule things based off of who can go where and when. The hands of a surgeon, maybe consider, maybe Lithuania. Man, you on the other side of the planet. How about that? What's up, Miss Tina? How are you doing today? No, Trevor, this one I did not laser trace because I have the laser currently doing something else. So this one I traced with um, carbon paper, but the next few I do I will. But this laser has been running for about an hour and a half doing this one piece that I'm working on, and hopefully my mother is not in the checks. I really don't want her to see it yet because I'd really like to show y'all because it looks really good. It's something she did way back in like 90, and I'm recreating it, laser burning it into a nice block of cherry, and it looks immaculate. So, but yeah, it's been indisposed, so I had to do this one the old-fashioned way. I spent the morning. I cut 12 of these plaques. This one I routed a little different. I'm not too crazy about it. I usually use the oh crap, what's it called? I usually use a different router bit than this one, and I use this Oki one, and I'm not crazy about it, but it is what it is. I wanted to try it out, see what it looked like. But I made like 12 or 13 of these plaques today, sanded them down. They're all ready to burn because almost all of my pyrography plaques have sold or I gave them away to family because I don't charge family for anything. I refuse. Well, here's one that I made a while ago. Same thing. And I stained it walnut. And of course, y'all probably already seen the other one from a few days ago. But yeah, I have almost none left. And I thought, well, crap, I need to get busy on some pyrography stuff. We order the laser that you review is pretty cool. Good. Awesome, Tina. Yeah, I got the one that Steve reviewed a couple months ago. He called me and we talked about it. I got the it's just the little Whiz Maker 12 watt. It's not a super laser. Like it's not gigantic and huge. But it's perfect for what I do here in my shop. Because all I really want to do is you know maybe trace things for pyrography, engrave my logo, that kind of stuff. Um, I'm not really. I think I've got another board. Yeah, like this one. This board I've already engraved my logo on, and it's ready to go. And I've got to engrave my logo on all the rest. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got it for, and that's going to help a lot because I do have, but I hate using it. This branding iron, and it you have to heat it up with the torch, and it takes forever to heat up. And the thing is, it never seems to burn evenly, and it leaves it looks patchy and stuff when you're putting it into the wood. But it's not bad, but it's not anything near the quality of like these lasers. So have a good one, Benner. I appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, the little branding irons and stuff. I mean, they're cool if you got some rough work to use it on, but it's relatively inefficient. And once you put the burn in, and if it looks like crap, there's really nothing you can do to fix it other than sand it all back off. And yeah, it's a pain in the butt. It looks like the laser's almost done. She done. And the wood I'm using to do my pyrography is, just white wood from Lowe's. Um, it's a little more expensive, but like for this piece, I can easily get $60 for this piece once it's done, and so I can sell one piece and pay for pretty much all the wood to make probably another 20 or 30 of these. So the only issue that I have is like with the grain, you have to burn a little bit harder into. A laser, it'll just run over it. It won't burn evenly. So pyrography is really not a big deal. You just have to be careful because the darker parts of the grain, it's going to be like a speed bump, and it's gonna push the tip and all that stuff. But once you get used to knowing what to do, what to look out for, it ain't no thing. It ain't no thing. And when I get done doing the pyrography on this one, what I'll do is take my torch like I did on the other and kind of make a hill right here and put the crosses on the side like I did the other one. If y'all saw that one, which I gave the first one to my mom on Saturday with tissues because of course she cried when she saw it. She's an emotional one when it comes to stuff like that, and it's really cute. But she loved it. I gave her first exotic wood keepsake box that I made. She was pretty happy about that too, which was awesome. It made my day. Yeah, old Johnny Ulrich, man, he is hitting them watch hours like he told me. He said, "Man, I got to get these watch hours, man. I'm about to go, you know, 90 to nothing. I want to be big. I want to be a big channel. I want to be huge." And he's got aspirations, man. I love it. I think it's awesome. And man, he definitely sticking true to his word. He's going for it. Now I got to start thinking of a way to get some retribution on him because it's really my fault because I made the comment that if my wife saw his shop with all those googly eyes that he put on his tools, I made the comment that I got to keep her away from seeing that. I can't let her see that. Next thing I know, he sends me a message say, "Hey, I have 1,500 googly eyes coming to your house." And I told Amanda what he sent. It'll be here Wednesday. And she is ecstatic. She instantly started looking around the house for places to stick googly eyes. And like we've already got them everywhere. They're on the light switches. They're on my beard trimmer. They're on the toilets. They're on the toilet paper holder. They're everywhere. There's eyes everywhere. And now I've caught her coming in the garage, looking around my shop, thinking of where to put them in my shop. I'm just like, oh crap. So yeah, Ulrich. Oh, Johnny thinks it's funny. I'm okay with it. It really doesn't bother me. I think it's funny too. But the only thing that scares me is that she's just so dang clumsy. She, I don't know who, I don't know if y'all were in here on the live the other day. What's up, Grumpy? How you doing, my friend? Now, I know everybody in here knows who Grumpy is, but y'all want to see some cool pyrography and stuff like that? Go check him out. His name is a little misleading because he is one of the coolest guys on the internet. But no, man, my wife on the live the other day, she was showing off the birdhouse that Van made, and she started to put it the on the desk on my workbench, and of course, it fell off, hit the ground hard. Of course, the look of terror on her face as she looked at the camera, it had Van. He was in the chat and he was on the floor, like hanging out of his chair laughing. Because I called and talked to him later on, and he said he was just, yeah, he was in tears. He was laughing so hard. But she is a walking OSHA violation, man. I mean, she just every time if I'm sitting in my recliner and she's ready she goes to bed early. She usually goes to bed a couple hours before I do because she gets up so early. But she she'll come over to give me a hug before she goes to bed, and I'm in my recliner and she'll knock over two or three things. And she's trying to be careful, but nope. Every single time, like I have to move stuff out of the way. It doesn't matter where it is, what it is. Like one of the things is I usually walk with a cane because my left leg is dead. And I keep the cane at my recliner because I use it to open the back door to let the dogs go out. Because I'm sitting right next to it. And I don't know how many times she has bumped that cane and just a domino effect and just falling and tearing everything up, knocking over God knows what. So that's why I'm terrified of her coming into the shop and putting googly eyes on stuff, especially stuff that she doesn't know what it is. Like I showed her my hole saw the other day, that cut out this 3 inch piece of uh, sycamore out of a piece that I'm putting a clock in. And she goes, I asked her, I said, can you name what that is? Oh, that's a circle cutty thing. Circle cutty thing. Yeah, it is a circle cutty thing. I love her to death. I really truly do. My life would be really boring without that woman. So we're thinking about doing, I think Pilato, however he wants to say his name. We're thinking about doing like something similar to what he and his wife did, is going in the shop, her seeing if she can name the tools. So yeah, we're thinking about doing that on a live. Sorry, I know my big meaty hand is probably in the way, but there's only certain ways I can get a certain angle. Yeah, I'm actually excited. I'm gonna make a few more mallets to take to this deal on Saturday. What's up, Dozer? I saw you got your package mailed off, your very first out of state package to old Brewer. And if somebody wouldn't mind, y'all can share Dozer's channel. Y'all go check him out too, because he's starting to put some content up. He's got some good stuff, y'all. If someone wants to ask me about, can I share channels, share my channel or share your channel on your live? You know what? I want the chat full of channels being shared. Y'all just share away. I want everybody to grow and get big and everybody see everybody's content and all that good stuff. That's what I like to see. Like Van Lott, I mean, he's growing like crazy. I love it. I remember going in there with his Bible studies, and there was only 22 subscribers, and then we started sharing on Bearded Vikings, and Daniel started sharing it out there. And dude, man, he is loving it. It's got him so happy. It is awesome. I think he'll be getting close to 500 here soon, and then he can monetize, and then the real fun begins because he's already got like 13,000 watch hours, so he's good on watch hours. He just needs the 500 subs, and that's when the real fun begins. That's when I can start, you know, doing some what do they call it? Being a blessing bully. I appreciate that, Dozer. Hey, I'm just a big goofy idiot, man. There ain't I don't see anything, super great about what I do, but if y'all enjoy it, I enjoy you enjoying it, and I'll keep doing it. I know everybody probably enjoys Amanda being on here with me a whole lot more than it just being me, which I know for a fact that that's the case with Deland's live we did because he invited her back and said we need to have you back and didn't say crap about me. I was like, all right, well, but hey, every channel needs some eye candy, and I can tell you what, she's some eye candy, but she's my candy. So yeah, she's cute, she's funny and goofy, but she's all like, why do they like me? I don't understand it. I don't understand why the heck they like me. I'm just like, why wouldn't they like you? What's not to like? Seriously, I just don't get it. Well, they get it, so that's all that matters. I get it. She still says to this day she doesn't understand, why I love her and why I still love her and I'm married to her and all this stuff. Well, duh. The burning tank make a lot of smoke and order. Jeez, I can't even read today. So, Bice, does that burning make a lot of smoke odor? Depends on what you're burning, really. This is just pine, white wood. Uh, it doesn't put out. This doesn't put out a whole lot of smoke. Like I had a fan over here blowing it away, so you're not seeing a whole lot of it. But uh, Yeah, it does put out smoke. It does put out an odor. I do a lot of burning on cedar too, and it's it's not a bad odor. It's really no different than putting wood in a fireplace. What you're smelling from that or something like that. But uh, it does put out some smoke. This wood, it puts out actually kind of a sweet odor, so it's not like noxious or anything. And cedar burns pretty clean too. Now, hardwoods, the only thing that I've burned as far as hardwoods, oh, let's see, is the cross that I entered in Van's contest. I put, uh, the crown of thorns. They're kind of it's unwound, but crown of thorns in the rosewood. And with that, I had my mask on and the fan going because being exotic hardwoods, I didn't want to breathe that in. So that's the only hardwood I've actually burned, exotic hardwood, that is. So um, cherry, cherry, I haven't really burned much. I have in the past, but it doesn't put out too much. Yeah, you still want to, yeah, because I'm in my garage. I typically do it in the garage. Sometimes I do it in the house. I sit in my recliner with the piece in my lap and burn there, but I usually have a fan going to kind of dissipate the smoke. Like it puts out just about. I mean, it puts out less smoke than if you smoked a cigarette. A whole lot less smoke. So yeah, I mean, it's in the house. I'll burn cedar or pine in there, but I won't burn anything else in there. And it's one of the reasons why when we bought this house, I was, it was kind of a deal breaker whether or not the house had a wood burning fireplace because I wanted wood burning instead of gas. Well, this one had gas, but the house is old enough that the fireplace is a masonry fireplace that they converted to gas, and I could just rip the gas out, cap it off, and convert it back to wood burning, which you can't do that with, the vented uh, gas fireplaces that they put in the new homes now. So that's what I did. I pulled the gas logs out, had the line capped, turned it back into a wood burning fireplace because I love the smell, I love the sound, just all the aesthetics of a wood burning fireplace way better than gas. And I typically only burn oak. I burn a little cedar to get the fire started, but oak is my main choice of firewood. And last winter, the guy had a whole bunch of red oak. This oak is just so plentiful down here. So I had him fill my truck bed up full with it, and loaded it up in the backyard on the rack. Yep, the heat is a lot warmer too. I mean, with a gas fireplace, you can get it pretty warm, but the way they do, I mean, MLG and W here, they're the utility company. It's a government sanctioned monopoly, and they love to raise the gas rates in the winter and the electricity rates in the summer, and it is just it's robbery in my opinion. I mean, I know the whole law of supply and demand and all that stuff, but every friggin' year When it's cold, they raise the gas. When it's hot, they raise the price of electricity. I mean, some people around my area, their electric bill, just the electric bill last summer was over $1,000. And we're talking electricity to cool, a 2,000 square foot house. And it's just like, my gosh. And then I was on X a while back and I made a comment about MLG and W on someone else's post. And then someone from MLG and W commented on it saying, "Oh, we have the best rates in the country," and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, you really don't, because one county over, less than 20 minutes away, my parents are on a different utility provider, and their bill is less than half of mine, and their house is more than twice the size of mine. They've got three AC units. Why is their bill half of what mine is? That's nuts. They're 20 minutes away. And then they're sent, we have the best rates, and the electricity rates they sent were for the winter as their proof. I'm like, okay, now send me the ones for summer. They never sent them. I was like, of course your electricity rates in the winter are going to be low. It's when everybody else down here is using gas. Yeah, I mean, you can't, like I said, it's a government sanctioned monopoly. And yeah, Eric, you're right, most are. And yeah, you can't stop them from doing it. You can't pick anybody else. You can't shop around and find a better utility provider. They're it. But if I moved 20 minutes to the west, I'd be serviced by a different company using the same utilities, but different company, and pay far, far less. It's crazy. And then they're all, it's because of infrastructure. They have to, it's a big city and they have to maintain infrastructure and all that stuff. I get that. But not at not at that rate, you don't. It just seems too much like uh opportunistic price gouging is what it is. So there's my rant for the day. Don't move to Memphis because you'll be stuck with MLG and W, and they are crooks. My parents live 20 minutes away. House is more than twice the size of mine, and their utility bills are half of what mine is. I'm not sure. I mean, being MLG and W, which is Memphis Light Gas and Water, I guess it's a city ordinance thing. They may be regulated a little bit by the county. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But yeah, I straight up accused them of price gouging when they started. They must have had somebody in their social media team tracking people that were saying MLG and W, and to curb negative comments, because this was during the period where they were jacking up the prices, and people were really upset about their bills, comparing bills to previous years and all that stuff, and it's way more than they ever paid. is what it is. It's all good. Oh, there's my mother. I knew she's gonna pop in here. See, she knows better than anybody. She dealt with MLG&W for a long time. She's out there 20 minutes away from me on a different provider, which is Chickasaw Electric. They get the resources from the same people, but they charge a whole lot less. I don't understand it. And then they get mad if you got like solar power or, you know, they have the city ordinances, you can't collect rainwater and all that crap. And, you know, they force you to use their utilities. So, Mom, since you're on here watching, I can't show this unless I get Chester's approval. So, if he's in there, yeah, Memphis City Council, yeah. Yeah, I knew that their board and everything was regulated by the city. I just didn't know if the county was involved too. But yeah, Memphis City Council's always been corrupt too. They got in trouble a couple years ago for spending, I think it was like $120,000 on chairs for their conference room. Yeah, chairs, Corinthian leather, and all that crap. Yeah, they're a bunch of crooks. That council meets what once a month, and they had to have $120,000 chairs in there. Y'all are nuts. I say give them 5-gallon buckets to sit on. Oh, he's not there. Well, dang. Yeah, there's a lot of cities, Matthew, that you can't collect rainwater. It's against city ordinances, and it's, you know, against health code or whatever, and you can't collect rainwater to filter and use in your own home. You can't collect it to uh, water your plants or vegetables or whatever. But yeah, it's there was I know in Texas, uh, there's a big news story about it. There's a lady that she was collecting rainwater and filter. She had a great filter system, and she was filtering it to be drinking water. And it was they actually tested it, and it was cleaner and healthier than the water the city was providing. But the city code enforcement fined her, and it's actually against city code. You cannot collect rainwater uh, for those purposes, which tells me you can't collect it at all. Like, okay, we can't use the earth that was created for us in the ways it was created for. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, she had to shut all that stuff down, turn it off, get rid of it, and they forced her. You have to use our utilities. Pretty crazy, huh? Gotta love government bureaucracy. It's unreal. They want to tax everything we have and then tell us we can't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm all for, you know, deregulation. Get all the regulations and crap. You know, environmental regulation, I get. You know, preserve the environment. I'm all for that. But a lot of regulation out there is just because I said so logic, and I'm not for that one bit. So yeah, I'm all for deregulating in areas that doesn't make sense to regulate. The bad thing is it's kind of like, the whole warning label stuff on products. You got a lot of idiots out there that do stupid stuff. You had that one girl that put gorilla glue in her hair, and she wanted to go sue gorilla glue because they didn't have that specific use in their warning label. Do not do. We got into the age of warning labels and protecting the idiots. It's like, why? Why are we doing this? Norm, what's happening, my man? Oh, wait, whose anniversary is it? Oh, it's Suzanne's anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. Which anniversary is it? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, and mom, if you're still watching, yeah, I can't text him. Actually, yeah, I can. I got my iPad. I'm gonna text him and see if he's all right with me showing you what I made. And sadly, I'm not there to see you start crying because you probably will cry when you see it. Oh, let's see. One moment, folks. I'm gonna send this text real quick. All right, he has texted. Sorry about that. Man, we got a whole bunch of cool people in here. That's what I'm talking about. Fourth year married, eighth year together. That is awesome. I thought y'all been married a lot longer than that. Fourth year makes sense. I mean, Suzanne's only in her 20s, so. All right, mom, type something. Let me know if you're still here. Chester said it's my call, so I figured I would like to show everybody your awesome thing here that I have recreated. Still needs to be cleaned up and cut, but now I'm very curious. I bet you are. All right, okay, I'll show everybody. Oh, let's see. All right, so back in the 90s, my mother made a drawing of my grandfather, and she pencil drew it by hand, and it is this. This is her father that she drew back in let's see, it was 90, yeah, 1990. actually pull it down a little bit so y'all can see it. So my mom drew that. So mom, I took the laser engraver and I've got to still cut it. I'm going to cut and edge it and engraved it into this beautiful cherry. So mom, I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to shellac it, and it's going to look gorgeous. And that is coming to you soon as well. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I have this laser engraved. My mother drew this. She's probably crying right now and can't type. So yeah, I thought that was cool. I definitely glad I did it on a hardwood instead of like pine or whatever, because that the grain would mess it up. But yeah, that's my grandfather from years ago. It turned out pretty good. So I gotta trim it, and then I'll route a nice edge around it, put the finish on it, and she'll be done. I might do it. I'll do a short showing that process. But yeah, I thought that was another great idea my stepdad had, because he's really my dad. I mean, he's been my stepdad since I was 9. So, uh, see, I told you, I knew it. She's gonna be crying. I love it. It really don't take much to make my mom cry about stuff. Like, and it's not a bad thing. She a lot of presents I've given her, Christmas, birthday, and stuff. I put tissues with it. Like, she even cries over sentimental cards and stuff, and I love it. I think it's awesome. But yeah, that's my mom. She's the best. But yeah, mom, this Chester's idea, so give him some credit too. But yeah, I think it'll look awesome once I get the finish on it and stuff. And just for reference, my grandfather, he passed away. He was 81. He passed away in 2019. So it's been almost 7 years. And he's the one who left this Bronco to me. Um, it was his Bronco, and he's the one who taught me how to drive in it and hunt and fish and all that stuff. And really cool guy. And he is missed. Just another Mississippi redneck. Really smart and successful guy too. He owned his own business for decades. He was he owned American Dental Laboratories here in Memphis with his brother-in-law, and they made like false teeth, partials, crowns, you name it. Uh, did a lot of that stuff for dentists and surgeons and all that stuff for decades. Actually, he he was still working when he went in the hospital. He was still working at 81 years old, hadn't retired yet. It took having to go in the hospital to get him to retire. But that was one hard working dude. He was still working 4 or 5 days a week. 81 years old, going out and making teeth. I remember back, I don't know, 20, 25 years ago, so a couple of my uncles, they were mounting bass and catfish that they caught at Tunica Lake. And so they had the great idea to make false teeth to put in the mounted fish. So these multiple fish had these human teeth all inside their mouth, and it was super freaky, but it was actually kind of cool at the same time. All right, Norm, I appreciate you coming by, my friend. It sucks you got to go back to work, but we'll see you when you lurk into Daniel's tonight. Yeah, if they could only have made those fish sing. Well, as much as those guys drank back then, they probably did sing. And we are talking Tunica, Mississippi on the other side of the levee. You know, what happens on the other side of the levee stays on the other side of the levee. That was the rule. I mean, you had beer joints named Redneck Riviera, the Tonk. Um, I forget some of the others that were there, but it wasn't. It really wasn't uncommon for people to get shot and stabbed in those places. I'm about having to. I might have to change this tip out soon. It's getting a little worn out and bent up. Getting a little bent out of shape there, buddy. Oh, does it seem like it's been Yep, stays behind the levee. What's up, Keith? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, they make them smile. They did look like they were smiling, Eric. But it would have been cool if they did make them sing like, was it Billy Bass or whatever it was, that Walmart thing or whatever. This is part of the burn I hate. It's right there on that grain. It just does not want to burn. It just likes to sizzle. All that sap. Sappy, sappy. Man, that someone took my channel name. Who took your channel name? Someone took two dudes? See, I thought about naming mine at first, like Zach of all trades, but there's already one of those out there. Podcast is using it without the DIY. Huh. Are they on YouTube? Stuff used to be able to stay where it belonged until social media came along. Now everybody knows. Yeah, well, that's mainly because people can't keep their mouth shut. And the thing is, down at Tunica, if you couldn't keep your mouth shut, you weren't invited back. That's the way that went. If you couldn't keep your mouth shut and keep things on the down low, you were a talker. You weren't given the opportunity to talk about stuff anymore. That's how they rolled. But if you're on the other side of the levee and you hear about something, as long as it's still on that side, you can talk about it all you want. People, man, the gossip around that place, it was unreal. But as long as it stayed on that side of the levee, it was free game. It was good. I'm gonna tilt this up just a smidge, so I actually have some working room here. I'm actually sitting down now. Legs started giving out on me. I was standing up before. Now let's see if I can bend it this way. That way my big old fat hand ain't in the way. So I need to come up with another video idea. Yeah, don't change your name, Keith. Leave it two dudes, man. If they just start their channel? Oh, been there a month. Um, I, what's their channel about? I definitely want a sticker, Keith. Yeah, Tunica, Mississippi, man. That's where all those casinos and stuff are, and yeah, the rough part of Tunica ain't even in Tunica. It ain't even the city. It's back on that other side of the levee on the river. All the years I went down there, because we had my grandparents had a cabin there and a whole bunch of hunting land and all that stuff. I don't remember ever seeing police cars come down there. Like personally, I don't remember ever seeing any. I mean, at 10 years old, I'm driving vehicles around down there, trucks and cars and four wheelers and golf carts, and I've never once saw a cop. I don't even think they would go down there. But all it really was just we were just a whole bunch of rednecks hanging out having fun. What's up, creature? How you doing? Oh, so you've been down there to the Tunica area. Oh, they're just comedy? Yeah, it may not last long, Keith. Just they have 40 subs. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. Keep your name, brother. It's yours. Especially if you've already ordered stickers and stuff. And anybody that raises any kind of weird stink about it or whatever, it's easy to see that yours was there first. brain is just, it does not want to cooperate. Horseshoe has truck parking. Oh, yeah. Horseshoe Casino. Drove to Memphis every day. Everyone have a nice day. Yep. All right, Mom. I'll let you know when I'm gonna come out and do that deck stuff for Chester, and I will bring this engraving with me and a hanging birdhouse. I meant to bring you a hanging birdhouse, and I forgot. So don't let me forget. I need to bring you one of those. So anybody that just came in, Teresa Jones, that be my mama. It's her fault that y'all are watching me right now. It's her fault y'all are suffering. This is the level of content that you have to watch on a Monday afternoon. I shut down a 3-card poker table in Tunica before. I was winning, so they made us move tail. They don't like it when you win. What did they accuse you of, like counting cards or something? My father, uh, see, I call him my stepdad. I pretty much call him my dad, but my father, my biological father, um, he worked at Tunica at the casinos for a while as a dealer, but that was way back in the day. It's like 2000. He passed in '08, and I think he worked at crap. I can't remember which one he worked at. He worked at 2 or 3 of them as a dealer. The rest of my family really liked to go to was Fitzgerald's. That was uh, that was some of my family's favorite casino to go to. In Hollywood, the Hollywood Casino, Fitzgerald's. Um, the most famous one, the ones that people liked the most, I think, was before the big flood took it out, was Splash Casino. But the flood back then just destroyed it. It gone. Yep, Splash was the first one. Sweet. I can't wait to get them, Keith. I bet they look awesome. It was just the table was hot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they don't like to they don't like it when people are on a winning streak. I never won at a casino. I've never won anything of any substance. I've always lost money. I don't even go anymore. It's just depressing. But people like my uncle, he would walk in within 10 minutes, go to a nickel machine, hit it for $600. Go to another machine, won $1,200, and I'm just like, bro, you've been here 30 minutes and you've already won like 2 grand. And then he starts handing us money. So it's not even my money. I just won it. Here, go play with it. It's just play money. And of course, I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna lose it. He goes, well, you never know. Just go play. I lost it. But yeah, every time he went, he was up. I knew one guy. He was one of my vendors when I was a shop foreman at Penske, and he was one of my over the road vendors that would take road calls for me. And he'd go to the high limit area of the casino. He would go once a month, and he would take about 10 grand with him. And there were times that he walked out with nothing, but there were more times that he walked out with a whole lot more than he walked in with. And he said one time, and he showed me pictures of it. He walked in, and the machines he was going to is $500 a spin. And on his second spin, he hit it for like 50,000 or something like that. Cashed out, walked out. He was there 10 minutes. 10 minutes, won 50 grand and left. I'm like, yeah, that takes a specific set that I don't have. Walking in, doing $500 a spin, walking out with 50 grand. Must be nice. But I'm not a gambler. I'm a real risk averse person. Yeah, most games are rigged. Yeah, right, Eric? Isn't that frustrating? You're sitting there like, playing the same exact game, same exact amount of money, and then they hit it big, and you're left there just wallowing in your own sorrow because now you're out of money and they just hit it for, enough to buy a car. Yeah, that's another reason I don't go. It's too depressing. It just makes me feel sorry for myself, and I really don't like feeling sorry for myself. So I haven't been to a casino in probably, oh, it's been probably 10, 15 years. See that, Keith, that would be a good reason I would go to a casino is for the shows and stuff like that. Like Charlie Daniels came to, I think it was Horseshoe down here, and I went to go see him because I mean, why not? It's freaking Charlie Daniels. I mean, it's like one of the best. And yeah, I went and saw him. Um, Went to a couple other casino shows. Sorry, I'm gonna plug in my phone just in case I can't see the battery life. There we go. But yeah, I've gone for some shows and stuff, but I'm not a gambler. I'm too risk averse. Now, if I had a whole bunch of money, disposable income that I could just not really worry about, throw away, but absolutely, yeah, I'll go hit those machines. But when you're so broke, you got to fart just to get a cent in your pocket. You don't need to be going to casinos. Know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of people mess up is they get overconfident thinking, well, I can win enough to pay my bills, and they can't even afford to pay their bills to begin with. And that's where people get, they get desperate, they mess up, and some people it works. They, all it takes is once, and then they get hooked. Nope. Nope. Not me. Mm-mm. Oops. Sorry. I know I keep bumping the phone. Yeah, me either, Suzanne. It was the second time I won the. Whoa. I always hit 7 on the machines, and my daughter was born. Wow, that's cool. She's your jackpot. Yep, there you go. She is your big win. My daughter is 19. She is currently going through training at her new job. She's a good kid. She went to the grocery store for me this morning because I was hurting too bad. She saw me all hunched over and stuff. She's like, "Send me the list." Well, all right. I ain't gonna argue with you. Go. She's a sweet kid. Ooh, I need to make sure, see if she's scheduled for Sat. Done with this new job. No one's. Yeah, she probably is scheduled Saturday. Dadgummit. Well, that means I'll be doing the market all by myself because wifey has graduation and all that crap Saturday, and she's not going to have time to help. So that'll be fun. 22 and your son is 31. You ain't old enough to have no 31-year-old son. I have a free room in Atlantic City over the weekend on the 4th. Dang, that's nice. Yeah, you're 55. All right, I'll take your word for it. I didn't think you were anywhere near that. I thought you were about my age. Suzanne, you ain't no 49. There is no way that you're 49. I don't believe that for a second. Does anybody else believe that? It's in your best interest for me to not believe it. Oh, man, I really don't. I never would have thought. 49. Well, Suzanne, all I gotta say is whatever you're doing, keep doing it because you don't look anywhere near 49. I'm 42. I was born in '84. I was born the night that Hulk Hogan won his very first championship belt against the Iron Sheik. I was born almost to the minute that he got the 3 count. I think that's why I was such a Hulk Hogan fan growing up. But yeah, I was born January 23rd, 1984. And then me and my wife, we spent our honeymoon 10 years ago in uh, Clearwater, Florida, and saw Brooke Hogan. She came into the restaurant at our hotel. And unfortunately, Hulk wasn't there. He was traveling somewhere else. But we did see his daughter. Eric was 10 in 84. So don't tell me I'm the youngest one here. Yeah, Eric, Clearwater Beach is gorgeous. It's probably, in my humble opinion, it's the prettiest beach in Florida. Matthews 55. Crap. I guess I am the youngest one here. I mean, my mom is 60. Crap, how old is she? She was born in 59. So she's 66, 67 this year. Yeah, she just turned 67. Trevor's 56. Because my mom, yeah, and Van, he ain't here, but he's 64. Trevor, see, I wouldn't have thought you were anywhere near 56. See, I thought you was in like your 30s or something. What are they putting in the water in Canada? You don't look no 56, man. And whatever they're putting in the water in Alabama for Suzanne, girl looks like she's in her damn 20s and she's telling me she's 49. Crazy. Telling me she's 7 years older than me. Crazy. Woman out there, damn, cutting stuff, carving logs, and Chuck Norris chopping wasps with chainsaws and telling me she's 49. Crazy. 49-year-old women don't do that. Wine helps preserve me. Hey, you might not be wrong there. That's how she became a pinup. That and the wine. Yeah. Hey, I mean, her pinup sticker, freaking awesome. But y'all want to see a real good one? Go over there and see Steve's. Me and her were talking about that earlier, and he obviously didn't skip leg day. Oh, and Suzanne, he called me uh, right after then, talked about this laser issue, and I told him what you said, and he about died laughing. He was almost in tears. He sure didn't skip leg day. No, he did not. See, if I did one like that of me, people would probably throw up in their mouth a little bit. I know I would. So now I'm gonna take a picture of my wife and ask Chat GPT or something like that to make me one of those pinups of her. That would embarrass her a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't show it to nobody, but I'd show it to her. She'd be embarrassed about it. All the more reason to do it. Cause she's not even 40 yet. She's 38. I married a little younger. What part? You're still alive here? What? Oh yeah, Steve. My honey's handmade. When I was live a couple days ago, and Suzanne posted her picture of posted a short of her new sticker, and Steve decided to make a pinup sticker of himself with a lathe, and it looks like Suzanne's except with Steve's head and some big old giant man hands, and it's freaking awesome. He said he's probably gotten more views on that post than anything in the last few months. Like, dude, people love the funny stuff, man. Make light of yourself a little bit and have fun with it. Man, everybody enjoys that. That's why I do the little sound effect stuff like Ramon was doing the sound effects of his table saw because he forgot to record cutting the wood. So it's been a back and forth thing. I did it in one of my videos with my bandsaw. So then he stole that sound bite and put it in one of his videos. And he told me he was going to. So now I wonder if he's going to see this one and steal this one too. But that Ramon, that dude's a straight up good guy. I like Ramon. Hot for a chick dude kind of pain. Oh yeah. Everything was great until I got to the neck up. I was like, whoa, whoa, something ain't right here. Who's texting me? Who be texting me? Oh, wifey is on the way home. Bye, Scoo. Dang, it's already 3. My mom texted me. Chester laughed because I told him it made me cry. Well, yeah. You're in Creole land. I'm in Cajun land. It's a very firm breath. What's up, Cameron? I didn't see you up there. Wait, I missed a couple other comments too, apparently. Okay, I just went and saw it. I am now officially dead. Yeah, it's something else. I think it's fantastic. Huh. Maybe I need to make one like that of BV and send it to him with a raccoon. Mike. Oh, I'm not sure how BV would take that one though. It'd be really funny. I got my big hand in the way. Can't even see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's real smart. But there's certain angles I have to do what I have to do. Yeah, that'll clean up when I sand. Oh, thanks, Steve. Welcome back. Yeah, we were just talking about your sexy hot pictures. So when are you starting your OnlyFans? What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? If you like gnarly fingers and toes, hey man, there's a lot of people out there that like a lot of weird stuff. You'd never know. What's up, old path? Like I said, Steve, you never know. Honestly, though, I don't know if that's something I'd want to find out. I think I'd rather leave that one unknown. But that's just me. Uh, you can do what you can do what you want. John, I was talking you up earlier, man, and get you some growth. But I think everybody in here is already subbed to you. I was talking about how you basically turned into the Truman Show. You're on morning, noon, and night. And I remember how you said you're about to really gear down and start pushing for that growth, and man, you are doing it. I was like, "Daggum!" I went to bed last night. You were still on. Got up this morning. You were on again. I was watching Alan. As soon as he popped off, you're on again. Like, man, this dude is a machine. 20 subs is going like, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I've gained because I'm back. I'm hot on your tail, man. I'm catching up. I'm at 254. At least that's what my screen says here. But I've been with the between the shorts and the going live and stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm doing horizontal just because I try to. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable going vertical, and all the random haters and idiots and stuff. They, not really my thing. I like I like the peace and tranquility of the normal hangout crew. I'm okay with sacrificing the growth for that, to be honest. But you know, just to avoid the trolls. But yeah, I see how you've been going and getting it. Oh, and for those that have not seen it yet, oh me, I made this for my mother. I took a picture of a drawing she did back in 1990, and I just had my laser engraver make it on a piece of cherry. It was a pencil drawing that she did of her father. I think it turned out pretty nice. So I got to trim it, put my router edge on it, put the finish on it, and I'll be giving that to her soon. But yeah, she drew that back in 1990, something like that. Yeah, Steve, that's the that whiz maker did that. I used that block of cherry I was talking about. Uh, Actually turned out pretty good. Oh no, Lonely fans unsub from you, John? That ain't cool. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Grumpy. Yeah, see that's the way I like it. Slow and steady, build a tight community, little to no troll. That's what I'm all about. I'm all for that. That's it's not that I it's not that I can't handle trolls. I can. Some of y'all have seen how I handle trolls, and I think that's why I'd rather avoid trolls popping in is because my inner Memphian starts to come out and I let loose a little bit and I say things that aren't necessarily nice because I have no patience for those kinds of people. Some people have called it my inner hood comes out and the thing is once it gets started, I have a hard time stopping. So my method of self-control in that area is to just avoid them as much as possible altogether because I don't want to come across as a jerk to everybody else. Like, there have been trolls in BVs, and they're like, "Shoot, can we let Zach off his leash?" No, no, don't give me that green light. I don't want it. Sweet. Let me know how you like it, John. Uh, I need to reach out to the fire loot and see if I can get some kind of commission. I got people buying these pyrography burners left and right. They need to give me some kickback. Give me some kickback. Give me some commission. I need permission for commission. Some people have asked, how do you do the wood burning stuff? And they're really you just coloring inside the lines with a 600-degree crayon. That's it for some of it. There's a lot of different small line shading techniques and all that stuff that I've done before. I just don't typically use it on these kinds of things. But I mainly do it just because it's fun. It's relaxing. The smell, the little crackle it makes sometimes. And set up as an affiliate with Amazon? No, I am not. Just got off of live and gained another sub shot. Yeah. Kickback is when your chainsaw tries to kill you. Yeah, I don't like that kind of kickback. No. All right, Moyoc, you have a good night, sir. Yeah, I saw your short too, Moyoc. How you gotta start. I'm really curious what the heck y'all are gonna do. What are y'all up to? Hey, Miss Tina, how are you doing? If y'all want to, someone shares her channel. I don't know how many might not be subbed to her. Everybody needs to be subbed to her. Miss Tina also does some amazing resin work. She's over there across the pond, over there in Wales, if I'm not mistaken. But she does amazing resin work too. And she's a really sweet lady. So if you're not sub to her, please fix that. Thank you, Suzanne. And I'm telling you, she is such a sweet lady. She does like these weekly shout outs and stuff, and she puts everybody on there. Like it's awesome. So even with my little bitty live stream, I will definitely do what I can to return the favor. Hmm, fix that curve a little bit. That's good. John, Suzanne, and Tina in here. I thought it felt more beautiful. You know what? John is a ladies' man. That dude, he's a sweet talker. Oh, Johnny got game. He's not wrong, but Johnny got game. Oh, and John, by the way, Amanda is extremely excited for the 13th because I told her what you sent me, and she instantly started looking around the house for places to put the damn things. So yeah, thanks, appreciate it. I told her about it, and just because I wanted to prepare myself and get mentally, prepared for the bombardment of googly eyes. Because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. She's so excited about it, though. She's such a 5-year-old. If only she wasn't a walking OSHA violation. I'd let her do whatever she wanted in the shop. But I love her to death. But Amanda mess up a 1-car funeral. That girl clumsy. She almost killed Van, dropping his birdhouse. Almost killed him laughing so hard. He said the look of pure shock and terror on her face is what got him laughing. I made that S a little fat, so I'll do the same thing to this one. Keep them uniform. Oh, well, thank you, Tina. It's not even sanded yet. Built her a little room and padded, their little padded party room. Sweet. We got Tina a couple subs. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's something else. She's my best friend, but man, she's dangerous. I mean, let's put it this way. I'd be a whole lot more terrified of her with a chainsaw than Suzanne with a chainsaw. I mean, Amanda with a chain. Picture Steve Urkel. Amanda is the ginger version of Steve Urkel. Yep. Did I do that? Mm-hmm. That's Amanda. I have a padded craft room with a figure. Oh, that's funny. Yep, she is the ginger Steve Urkel. The thing is, this plaque, I would already be done with it if I wasn't doing it on a live because I would be more focused. But doing it on a live and having a conversation with y'all is a lot more fun. It's a whole lot better than just talking to myself. Who else talks to themselves when they're doing stuff like this? Please tell me it's not just me. I mean, usually I'm playing a TV show or music or something, but you cuss yourself? Wow. You cuss yourself out. Yeah, I make fun of myself all the time. Zach, you big dumb idiot. God, moron. Yeah, I make fun of myself all the time. Argue with myself too, and I never win. Oh, that's bad. That's bad, Tina. Argue with yourself and you never win. I I don't think I've ever done that. Uh huh. Voices come out and wonder what's next. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad it's not just me because Amanda's come out here and been like, "Are you live?" No. Well, you were talking. Yeah, I know. Who are you talking to? The only person that's in here. Well, who else is in here? Nobody. I keep that conversation going for days. It's just me. I'm talking to myself. Got too much stuff on my desk. Man, I am so glad I moved this air conditioner out in this garage. It makes this room a whole lot more fat kid friendly. I can tell you that. So, John, what's on the menu tonight? Josh checks on me when I'm in the shop. He sees you dancing or flipping off wasps. Right, Eric? Yeah, that dude over there in the corner. Is John still here? Or did he bail? There he is. Probably going to play with the Sood burner. Well, heck yeah, play with that Sood burner. I know what you meant. And here, John now. Don't be an ass. But it's in my Dana. It's in my DNA. I can't help it. When there's low-hanging fruit, you just gotta go for it. Oh, wifey's home, which means the garage is probably going to open any second, and all my nice cold air is going to go out. Did tell her I was live. Maybe she'll go through the front door. Play with wood and same thing. Why not? Everybody else does. Ice scrap as well as woodworking. I can always be heard cursing at a motor. Oh, did y'all hear that? A horn honk. She hasn't opened the garage yet, so maybe she's going through the front door. Nope, there's the garage. I knew it. There goes all my cold air. It doesn't appear that I have a front door key, so. Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't care. Hi. Hello. How are you, wifey? Say hello to the chat.
Hello, people.
John's in there. Suzanne, Eric, Tina, Creature, whole bunch of people.
John, Suzanne, Eric, Tina, Creature, whoever Alan is. I see the name Alan. Whoever any of you are. Oh, Creature. That's. Hello, Pores Resin with Love.
That's Miss Tina.
That's Miss Tina. Hey, old Pat. Two dudes. And also, guess what I was listening to on the way home?
Me?
You.
Oh, crap. I'm in trouble.
You are. I heard you talk about danger. OSHA.
Well, it was nice knowing y'all. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm about to sign out forever, apparently.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't say anything you haven't heard before. Don't touch the wood burner, you nut.
I was just trying to see.
That's why you're not allowed in the garage.
I can't see it. I was just waving at everybody.
You almost grabbed the wood. It's 650 degrees, you idiot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
How do I walk right in and justify everything you said about me?
See? She just justified everything I said about her.
You think I was doing this on purpose?
It didn't take her
really not.
15 seconds, and she almost grabbed the burner out of my hand.
Oh my
I had it right next to it, and she's all... My gosh. All right, Suzanne. Happy anniversary. Have a good night. Enjoy those steaks, and have a glass of wine. Why are you back out here?
Give you a hug.
Hugs are dangerous to my health.
So is vacuuming.
You see my laser engraving right there of the drawing my mom did?
I heard you talking about it.
That's it.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Doesn't it look good?
It's gonna make her cry.
Oh, it already did. She was in my chat, and I showed it to her on the live.
Oh. That's so cool.
Right? She drew that back in 1990. Oh, let me say hi to everybody and grab the wood burner while I'm at it. That's why you're a walking OSHA violation. You ain't allowed in the garage. You're just gonna love the emergency room is what you're gonna love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, okay. I'll be in a minute. You just You're making me nervous. You're making me really nervous standing there. You're too dangerous. I love you. Now she's offended. Oh, she's actually upset with me now. But what the heck? If he, she's standing behind me, and I'm like, all right, what is she gonna grab? What is she gonna touch? I, mm, I'll deal with it later. I'd rather me go to the ER, but if I can avoid it, I will. At least you have AC in the garage. Yeah, right. Now I'm gonna have to make me a bed out here. I'll just move the laser engraver and sleep on top of this workbench. That won't be too uncomfortable. It's got the length. I'll just put enough blankets down, and yeah, I could sleep there. That wouldn't be too bad. Hey, if I had a choice between her being a little bit upset with me or me bleeding profusely and having to go to the hospital, she's just gonna have to be upset to her a little bit. Just saying. Or do like Valhalla and stream all night long. Yeah, I don't know if I have that in me. I really don't. That dude, he is on all night long, 9, 10 hours. Yeah, that dude's a machine. I'm just like, I don't know if I could do that. Mm, that left one looks like it's a little high, and not high in a good way. There we go. Bring that down a little bit. What's up, John? How are you doing? Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, we're just doing a little pyrography here in the shop, just burning some wood. Just burning some wood. You know, some people have asked me, why don't you just use a laser engraver to do that? I mean, now that I got one, I'm still going to do pyrography. I mean, I am the laser engraver. This is just more fun. Mm. Does it take longer? Yeah. Are the burns going to be perfect? No. But people tend to appreciate it a little more than something a machine did. But I do like this laser engraver, and I am going to use it to make these outlines so I don't have to trace them, which is a genius idea from Trevor, which I would have done earlier, but laser was preoccupied. Chainsaw Jenna and Taylor Marie, did you get a picture with them? I hear you, old Pat. Yeah, I'm still learning this one because I mean I've never had a laser until now, and I got this one because Steve recommended it, and I've got a few issues that I'm having with it, like squishing the bottom of and it's only doing it with words and letters, but the bottom of the message or whatever it is, it's like squishing the bottom line, and I don't know why it's doing it. It's not outside the laser engraving area. It's not hitting the bottom um, barrier, and I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know if it's because my computer's old. I may try using a different program because right now I'm using Lightburn, but I may try using the Gerbil, whatever it is, that program instead to see if it does the same thing. A little process of elimination kind of stuff. Yeah, I've only had this thing for a few days. I'm just, I'm still learning it. So I'm definitely not in a spot to teach anybody how to use it because I don't even really know how to use this thing yet. But the program's not really too far off from what I used as an engineering supervisor. And it reminds me a lot of the stuff we did, configuring stuff, and you know, it reminds me a little bit of like AutoCAD, that kind of thing. Now I gotta be careful whenever I'm on a live. My wifey might be listening. She's probably listening now. Aren't you, Amanda? You know, what I need to do is move my camera thing to the other side since I'm right handed. I will do that next time. That way it's pointed from the other way and my big fat hand don't get in the way. We lurk and listen. Yep. Better not get into trouble. I know. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be good and not get in trouble. She knows I love her. She knows I'd do anything for her. Except let her hang out in the garage. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Now she's listening, she's going to sing that song. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Y'all want to see something cool? I forgot about this. So, who here knows who R. Lee Ermey is? That's it. Yep, that's it. Eric knows who R. Lee Ermey is. Sergeant Hartman. Yep. This is my rifle. This is my gun. So anyway, Mr. R. Lee Ermey, I got to hang out with him for an entire day. My stepdad was a rep for SOG Knives, and R. Lee Ermey was the spokesperson at the time. So when the Bass Pro Shop opened at the Pyramid in Memphis, he came down as the rep on opening day and engraved knives. Um, Stepdad had to pick him up at the airport, all that stuff. And I kind of acted as security for him. And we hung out with him all day. And at the time, my daughter was 8. I think she was 8. So I have one of my knives that he engraved. So I've got his signature on that knife. Maybe a little hard to see. I'll tilt it a little bit. And the cool thing is my stepdad has 2 of the gunny knives that he actually, that gunnery, that Ermey actually designed, and it's made with Japanese steel. And he signed those for him as well. And so I got that one too. Well, R. Lee Ermey, super nice guy. But yeah, he engraved those knives for me. And I've got his challenge coin up here somewhere on my desk. And oh, the glass broke. It's been sitting in here forever. But I have yeah, never mind the broken glass. He gave us that. Zach and Marie, Semper Fi. So that's here in my shop. Where'd be my challenge coin? I got the challenge coin from him somewhere. But we got to hang out with him all day. It was so much fun. He was such a nice guy, man. He really loved kids. If there were any kids in the line that came and saw him, he took extra time with them. And if anybody got upset about it, he set them straight, because to him it was all about the kids. And he would sit down, trying to find the picture of it. He sat down with my daughter during a couple of the breaks, and would have conversations with her, and it was just so cool. And he'd ask her, "How old are you?" She said, "I'm 8." "8? There ain't no way you're only 8. You got to be up to 10." And she's like, "You're from Toy Story." Yep. Where is that other picture? But this is the challenge coin he gave me. Super awesome guy. Yeah. Here is a picture of him just sitting and hanging out with my daughter for about 15, 20 minutes during one of his breaks. And we just got to hang out with him all day long. It was awesome. Anyway, I don't know why that popped in my head, but thought I'd share that. He was really cool. There were a lot of people coming up wanting him to take pictures with him choking them like he did old Gomer Pyle. And he did it. Like he would, he'd act like he was choking them. He loved it. Or no, who was it? That wasn't Gomer Pyle. It was who was it? Was it Joker that he choked? No, I guess it was. I guess it was. Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen that movie. Oh no, it was Gomer Pyle because he wouldn't stop. I don't know his nickname, but he wouldn't stop smiling when he was in formation. That's what it was. He stopped smiling after he almost choked him to death. I had so many friends asking to make sure I get a knife engraved from him. A few of them Marines. He engraved every single one of them. He probably engraved a couple hundred knives, at least a couple hundred that day. All right, Miss Tina, I thank you for stopping by, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Yep, that's right, creature. Made him lean into his hand. Don't grab my hand. You come to it. Uh, yeah, for some reason I couldn't remember who it was. And then, it's because he wouldn't stop smiling. So yeah, it was old Gomer. Made him eat the donut while everybody else was doing push-ups. That was a good movie. And the funny thing is, he wasn't the one that was supposed to play the role. He was just, initially just a consultant. And every line that he said, he came up with. They didn't write it for him or anything. He came up with it, and they said, "No, you're the one. You're the one in the movie." And then my mom and my sister, back when the Peabody place was open, they were there shopping, and bumped into Robin Williams. Why he was in Memphis, I have no idea, but it sure was him. And my mom and sister, they took pictures with him, and she went in to kiss him on the cheek. Well, he turned and kissed her on the lips, and she actually has the picture of that. They took the picture of him kissing her on the lips. So yeah, Robin Williams kissed my mama. Maybe I won't talk so much anymore. I'll actually get this dang thing done. I have so many others to do. I do them so much faster when I'm not on film or on a live. So don't think that it always takes me this long. It really doesn't. It's just my focus is diverted, I guess, a little bit sometimes. And but when I'm doing this just to, focused on building it and making it and stuff and zoned in, oh yeah, I crank them out pretty quick. I would have, if I was doing this just by myself, I'd probably already be halfway done with the second one by now. But this is more fun. I get to chill and hang out with y'all who are so gracious to just sit in my chat and hang out with me. Even if it's to put you to sleep, I appreciate you being here. Looks so good though. I appreciate it. I mean, there are some like these that I do the lettering on. I really do take more time because the lettering has to be perfect. Um, because the human eye is going to see letters that are different sizes or different thicknesses, and they're going to see that, hey, something. Well, why does that letter look so much more fat than that letter, or so much bigger? So yeah, and the eye is always going to be drawn to those kinds of mistakes. Whereas if I was doing like nature stuff, like the flowers and all the other things that I've put on the birdhouses, I don't have to be near as careful because those are much more easily fixed and nobody would ever know the difference than doing this. This I need to get as close as possible and not mess it up. So yeah, I do have to be a little more careful with the lettering. The other stuff, it takes me no time. But it's all about the fun for me. It's relaxing. And, it really makes me happy that others have gotten interested in doing this too. I see so many people getting wood burners like John and Mike. And, there are a lot of, I had like 40 people trying to win one the other day for the 200 subscriber deal. And yeah, that makes me feel pretty good that at least what I'm doing with the pyrography that it's making others interested in giving it a shot and doing it too. and I'm really anxious to see the cool stuff that they make and they do, and what things that they add pyrography to that I might not think of. Like these mallets. My mallet that I made myself, I'm planning on maybe doing a little pyrography in the handle. I don't want to do anything in the head of the mallet just because, I mean, that zebra wood is, yeah, I don't want to burn anything into that. I don't want to take away from it. That's just too pretty. That's why the logo's in the handle. I ain't, I don't want to burn into that. I have a cheap wood burner, but I notice I would have to practice a bunch to get good at it. Yeah, I mean it does take a lot of practice. John, I stencil these. Well, technically, yeah. So this I took a printout I got off the internet, resized it, blew it up a little bit, and you tape it to where it's everything's lined up, and you put carbon paper under it, and then you just trace the outside with a pencil, or they send a little uh, metal pen things that have different size tips and different kind of tips on them to trace, but it leaves this carbon paper copy on the wood, and then you just fill it in, and that's what I do for all of them really, except for now that I have this laser engraver. I'm going to start having it make the outlines for me. It's going to save me a lot of time. That was Trevor's idea. Now, some of the nature stuff I do freehand, the flowers and um, things like that. I do that stuff freehand sometimes, but a lot of those are also stencils. I don't have, at least I haven't tried it or practiced enough to see if I have that creative gene, because I I have a hard time understanding how people get what's in their head transferred to whatever piece of art they're working on. Like I can't wrap my head around it. So stencils it is. Which there's no real shame in that either. I mean, stencils work. You can still make beautiful art with it. Some people will say, "Well, if you use stencils, you're not a real artist." Well, yeah, maybe, but I'm having fun. So, yeah. What kind is yours, Zach? I'll look it up. It is Firelood, Lood. It there is a um, link to it in my second video that I did. It's titled Pyrography. If you go and look and find that, it's about $40, $40 to $50 somewhere in there on Amazon. But it's a two-pin system. You can switch in between either one anytime. It's got a dial on it. You can adjust the temperature. Uh, so yeah, it's only like 40, $45, something like that, and it comes with a whole bunch of tips and practice pieces of wood and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, that's where the link is at. If you go to that second video I did, it's in the description. Yeah, Fire Lude. That's the brand that I've got. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different kinds of wood burners out there, but I recommend if you do get one, get a 2-pin system. That way you don't have to wait for it to cool down to swap tips and stuff. You can just go to the other pin. I hope Amanda didn't lock the door on me. I may not be able to get back in. Clean up this curve. There we go. And there's a lot of people out there that do pyrography. Eepgen, Grumpy. Um, what's up, Teresa? I want to buy the way. See, there's another one. Hang on, let me actually. John just posted the link to it right up there. It's 70 in Canada. Oh, that sounds about right. It's like 45 US. But yeah, that's the link to it. The that John just put up, Teresa. It's a pretty cool little system. So I've given away 2 of them. I know Mike got one, John got one, Teresa's gonna get one. John's got it saved in his list. Yeah, they need to start. I need to reach out to them. Y'all need to give me some sales commission. No, I don't. I don't want to get locked into some deal like that where then they'll start saying that I have to start promoting their product and whatever, even though I'm already doing it. But like I've got in my bio, if I mention a brand or person or whatever, it is because they have earned my trust. I don't get nothing for it. And I don't want nothing for it. So far, this unit has done very well for me. I haven't had any issues, and I hope it treats others the same. Challenge coin, get in the way. I want to be a member of Amazon Vine. What is Amazon Vine? All right. right, Eric. I appreciate you hanging out with us, my friend. I am almost done with this bad boy. And then I'm going to take the torch to it to do the hill. And then I'll burn the crosses in. Then I'll stain it and finish it. And this piece I'll probably put up for $60, I think. 60 or 70. Usually the ones I sell about half this size, I sell for 30. So and I usually have no problem getting that for them. I didn't really have anything I had to get done. Oh. Something to do besides all the things I needed to do. Oh, well, you're very welcome. I distracted you from your responsibilities. It's my invitation only is for reviewing products. Gold Vine member, you get 8 products. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard of that. As much as my wife's on there, we might ought to look into it. Huh. So that you just review products and stuff and they reward you with free products? But the only way to get it is to be invited. Hmm. So how do you get them to invite you? Is that one of those it's not what you know, it's who you know kind of things? Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, it might be worth it. Come on, burn. Stupid grain. Don't fight me. Don't make me turn that temperature up. Uh-oh. My daughter just texted me. What you want? It to be. Let's see, paperwork, trying to ship it, go back tomorrow at 10. Oh, well, okay. All right, well, kids on the way home. Short day. I guess today was just filling out some paperwork, starting her new job. I don't review anything, and the bad thing is I typically only really get the urge to do a review if it's something that's terrible. And honestly, I don't like doing that because then I'm like, well, I should also spend my time reviewing things that are good that I like, but I don't. It's like the only Yelp review I ever did was because it was at this restaurant and the lady waiting on us, the only time we saw her was when she took our order. She wasn't even the one that brought us our food, and my steak was all fat and gristle. There wasn't hardly any meat on it at all. And we never saw her again. She was gone. Never came back to the table. No other waiter, no nothing. And boy, I left a scathing review on Yelp about them, and they were offering me coupons and free meal and all this crap. Like, no, I don't want anything from y'all. I ain't coming back ever again. It was terrible. They were just trying to get me to take the review down. I was like, no, I ain't taking this review down. Why don't you have a talk with your server? And I gave him her name. So why don't y'all have a little chat with your server and fix her problem? Because I would see her walking around and talking with other people, and she was there. She just never came to our table but once. Oh, thanks, John. Yeah, this word here is on the design. It's a little like, what? Quit texting me, child. What do you want? Let's see. Let me answer this real quick. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the design of these words here. This it's a little wiggly wobbly on the design, so I don't have to be as careful with it. And the thing is, I mean, you can really see like imperfections and stuff now, but once I do the sanding and then the finish, a lot of those go away. because I don't sand it, but very, very lightly. And I sand away any overburns, any of the flux that comes out from burning the sap and that kind of stuff, because that stuff won't allow the stain to go in either. I mean, it almost looks, it kind of acts like glue, dry to glue. It just blocks it. What is between that and the soldering? Oh, the difference? A lot. Um, this this burner is a wire system, whereas a soldering iron has a solid iron peg type tip. Well, this wire system, it's got two screws and it has many different style tips that you can use. It's a lot easier to switch out the tips than a soldering iron. Also, this burner has a temperature dial on it that you can adjust the temperature of the pin of the tip, whereas a soldering iron is just one temperature. So, and that's really important with um, pyrography, because sometimes you want just a light burn for shading at low temp, and sometimes you want a heavy burn to really dig into the wood. So yeah, that's the main difference between that and just a soldering iron. Like I used a soldering iron for wood burning for years. It was my grandfather's. It's what he used to do wood burning, and I had different style tips. I made some of my own tips. Um, I used it for probably 15 years. I prefer this much more over that, especially the not being able to adjust the heat because it's too hot and it's burning too much into the wood and you only don't want to do some light shading. You're kind of screwed. You're not going to be able to do it. Come on, stupid grain. Come on, burn. What's up, 777? How you doing? Hey, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but you entered on that contest a little bit late. I think that was last week, week before. So maybe I ought to delete that video so it doesn't confuse anybody. I think I'll do that. It's kind of pointless to leave up. Honestly, I forgot about it, but at 300, I will be doing another giveaway, and I think for that giveaway, um, I'm going to leave the burner as an option, but the other option, I don't know what I'll do. I haven't made a decision yet. But as popular as the burner was, I might leave that as a possible option to pick from. So there will be, the winner will get, a couple of choices. And knowing me, I'll probably end up picking two winners instead of just one because it's fun and I like doing it. And it's my channel and I can do what I want. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, Lenny won one and Robert Skaggs. And I ordered it right after the live was finished. Lenny got his in less than 24 hours, and Robert got his 2 days later. Carving and burning store in in Utah. No, never heard of it. And Teresa, I have tried it. And are you talking about the that wood burning paste that you put on through like a stencil and then hit it with a heat gun? I have tried it. It doesn't. It it works a little bit, but it doesn't burn into the wood. It really just burns like a film onto the wood instead of burning into the wood like a pyrography pen does. So I have tried it. Amanda got me some to try, and I mean it works for like a little project or something like that. But I wouldn't use it for anything like this. But if you're gonna make like a little like refrigerator magnet or something like that, then yeah. It's like all my birdhouses I do with the pyrography pen. Um, Especially with being outdoors, I think the paste stuff that's burned on, I don't think it would last very long. Whereas this will last forever. Yeah, this is pine. just white wood from Lowe's. I have found it probably the easiest and cheapest. Uh, Besides cedar, cedar is really easy to burn into too, but this is obviously, it's going to be a little stronger, and you can stain it and all that stuff. And this just seems to be the best, the best medium for making the plaques and stuff that I do. I definitely wouldn't use like hardwoods or anything. That would get too expensive. Because I mean, this board was it's a 1 by 10, and it was like $10, something like that. Well, I can sell this. I think I got, how many did I get out of that board? One, two, three, four, five. I got 5.5 of these out of that one board, and I can sell this for $60, which would pay for 6 of those boards. So the only thing about this pine is, in trying to pyrograph, is the grain. That darker grain, it's harder, it's more dense, and it pushes back on the pyrography pen. So you kind of gotta let it sit there and bore in a little bit. But oh me, all right, now oh, the fun part. Another type of pyrography. All right, let that cool for a minute. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that, Teresa. That's crazy. Stabbed yourself, and I mean, you cauterized the wound immediately. So there's that. What's up, Grumpy? Yeah, right? Isn't it fun? Now I'm gonna get the char. I always like to wipe this off before I go to sand because I don't want all that gunk in my sander. Plus, I'm not really gonna sand this part very much. I'm just gonna sand around it. Be back in a moment. I'm gonna sand this real quick. Oh, it would help if I put a battery in. Batteries make things go. All right. Blend this in a little bit. There we go. That way it doesn't really look like it's been sanded. Make it look a little more natural. All right. Now, turn you back on. And we'll put the crosses up there. What tripped you out? Have you seen the sign exposure to the sun prevents burning? Ah, I like that. That's smart. That keeps you from having to choose between original recipe and extra crispy. The cross I will freehand because they were rough hewn crosses back then anyway. We're going to make it a little staggered. Let's turn this up. It's not near hot enough for that grain. There we go. That's better. All right. Well, see you later, Teresa. Thank you for stopping by. Let's actually, I don't like that bean. I might have to get my little torch. torch. I don't even know where my little torch is. I think it's in the house. Little torch. That cool for a minute. Hey, Emily. Oh my gosh. Sarah finally popped in alive. Unbelievable. You knew I was going to do this, didn't you? Yeah, you knew I was going to do this. There's Mads. I think Mads was the first one in here today. I think I've been on for like 3 hours. Mads, have you been here the whole time, or did you come back? Let's get rid of that. Oh, okay, he left the tank. Good, because I was gonna be like, no, there ain't no way this stuff is entertaining enough to hang around that long. Lightly sanding where I overburned a little bit. That way I'll just make it kind of a haze. I don't want it to overcome the crosses. That ought to work. Blend it in. All right, so question. What should I stain this? Should I stain it? Let's see, I have dark walnut, I have gunstock, which gunstock gives it almost like the red Hadoop color, or actually, do I have some examples? All right, this is gunstock, or I can make it a little bit darker. Oh, this is walnut. And I also have natural stain or red mahogany. I don't have a red mahogany piece. Nicer mice might be upset with me. Not really upset, but she came in the garage and in less than uh, in less than about 30 seconds of her being in the garage, she started reaching for. She was reaching to say hi, but my burner was right here. And then she was standing behind me, and it was making me nervous. And yeah, I told her it was making me nervous, and I think it upset her. Now I feel bad. But she's home. Oh, Emily, y'all are gonna go live? Well, shoot, I won't be on here much longer then. That's a little bit better. There we go, dropping stuff again. All right, so Vice, go say sorry and tell her you love her. I did say I was sorry, and I did tell her I love her. And she's probably watching, lurking right now because she was listening while driving on her way home. And she's like, I heard what you said about me. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm in trouble. I'm grounded. It was nice knowing y'all, but I'm out of here. So, oh, and for those that haven't seen it, my laser engraver did this today. My mother drew this uh, by pencil. This is a picture of my grandfather. And my mother drew this in 1990, and I just had the laser engraver recreate it on this piece of cherry. And I'm going to trim it, route it, make it nice and pretty, and put finish on it and give that to her. Pretty cool, huh? She drew that in 1990, and my stepdad said, "You need to see if you can do something with the laser engraver with this." I'm like, oh, heck yeah, I can. So, and she was on my live earlier, so I showed it to her on the live, and she started crying. Of course. All right, so I have different. Mother's Day was awesome. I went and took my mom her box that I made her, and also gave her the other sign that I made, which is the sister to dirty. Hang on. The sister to this one. So I gave that to her. And what else? Oh yeah, I got to give her a birdhouse and stuff like that too. So yeah, Mother's Day was good. And then my wife spent the day out with her mom. They went out to eat into one of those painting class things, and they had a good time. All right, so I see one for mahogany, one for gunstock. So I tell you what, this one, because I have a bunch. See all those on top of my toolbox over there? I cut all those today to do more plaques. So this one I might, honestly, I haven't done much of anything, if anything, in the red mahogany. So I think I'll try it first. So what I will do is, since I've been on here for 3 forevers, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off, as much as I hate to, because Sarah just freaking got here. But I know that Emily and David will be going live, so I would like to go over there and see that. So what I will do is I will watch their live while I'm staining this, and I'll put up a short of me staining this, doing the finish and all that stuff, and pop it up tonight. How's that sound? What's up, Chris Kidd? I just pyrographed this whole thing on live and by hand. So now I'm gonna leave. It didn't notify you, Sarah? Oh, that sucks. I'll tell you what. From now on, I'll just message you, and if you can make it, that's great. If not, that's great too. And if you haven't seen last night, my my mallet builds. That's my Bolivian rosewood and Paduke. Ain't that purty? That's my Bolivian rosewood and Paduke hammer mallet. And this is the one I did last night. It's cherry, maple, and walnut. And that's my smaller hammer. I'm going to keep this one, I think, because it's got my logo on the side of it. So, but my favorite one, my first one, zebra wood, cherry, maple handle. And that zebra wood is just freaking gorgeous. Now I'm going to make a few that say wife tamer or wife trainer and husband tamer. This is the other zebra wood one. And that zebra wood just pops and shines and shimmers. The camera really doesn't do it justice. But I'm going to take these to my market because the market's going to be pretty much all woodworkers. And they might want a good mallet. So I'm going to label some of them husband trainer or husband tamer, wife trainer, and put husband trainer or tamer on one side of the handle, husband or whatever it is, wife trainer on the other side. Yeah, that rosewood, that Bolivian rosewood is gorgeous. I've got about 2 feet of that stick left, so I might make some more. But yeah, this is what the Bolivian rosewood looks with the oil. It darkened up a lot. Now the box that I made didn't get this dark at all, but it is just gorgeous and looks really good with that Paduke. Nice little mallet. All right, so what I'm going to do, everybody, man, I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with me. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and let the Hendersons have it. And let's go over there and show them some love, hang out with them for a little bit. So until then, I'll see y'all later.